Good morning, beautiful people. Y'all already know I gotta get myself set up this morning. Make sure I can see the chat. Let's see who beat me here today. Art of War. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. But good morning, beautiful people. It is Wednesday. Happy hump day. We in it to win it today. Day 23, y'all. I made it to the end. I told y'all from the beginning my goal was to hit Monday through Friday every day. Don't miss it. 11 o'clock, at least an hour. So today, let me write my goal in the chat for y'all today. So we're going to do 3 miles, 1 hour. So that's the goal for today. Let me pin it. How are you doing today, Art of War? Charity told me she should be here today. She hit me up yesterday. Oh, see, I already know I gotta tell you about the weather. I always like give y'all the forecast update. So today the weather is sunny with cloud cover. It's a good day to get out and walk because there isn't too much sun, but get out while you can. I'm good energy today because of the sun. We're gonna make it do what it do. This morning was a little rough, but we here, right? So y'all already know I gotta start off with my warm up. Let me see. I'm eating breakfast and drinking coffee. Then to the gym. You do pretty good with staying consistent with the gym. I feel like since I've been getting on, you've been doing pretty good. Okay, I'm just getting ready. I'm going to 2.5 miles per hour as my warm up. What are you eating for breakfast? But you've been doing pretty good with your consistency. Are you still fasting though? 'Cause I know you were fasting, so I feel like you going to the gym and fasting has to be kind of hard on the body. Got to start my watch, y'all. I know these steps got to count. So my watch did not pick up my walk yesterday, so that kind of had me bummed out. For me to do 3 miles yesterday, and it didn't count it. But I think it's because I let my watch die. So day 23 of 23, I have reached my goal. It's hump day. That means we making it through the week. Y'all already know I got a lot of good health and fitness tips coming y'all way today, and maybe some thoughts on randomness as I always do. But I get to tell y'all my goals for May. So I'm excited to talk to y'all about my goals for next month. Now that I've completed this one, we've talked about our goals before, having your short-term goals and those long-term goals. No, I did 2-day fast with the beet juice and water. It really helped. I'm doing green Jimmy fast this weekend. Okay, I don't know. I've never heard of that before. I never heard of that fast, but you go. You go ahead with all these fasts you're doing. Shout out to you, especially with the beet juice. I still have my juice. Okay. Oh, green juice. Got you. Got you. Got you. Okay, green juice. That's probably why you want me to do green juice this Sunday because you're doing green juice. So that still is the plan. Laugh out loud, Jimmy. It's okay. Autocorrect. Um, but I'm still with you for the green juice. I know you suggested that last Sunday that I do green juice this week. So I'm gonna see what new ingredients I can come up with versus the basic cucumbers, kale, spinach, and celery. I kind of want to do something different out of that. I know at the farmers market they have such a big variety that shouldn't be a problem. So I look forward to doing the green juice on Sunday. But y'all, I'm just so excited I made it to this point. Y'all don't understand. I started this walking journey, I think it was March 31st, so the end of last month. And I was like, you know what? Let's try to get through the full month of April. You inspired me to start juicing again. I can see how it helped my system detox, right? It does help so much. It's the discipline part of actually doing the juicing. And even though I know people are like, you can go out and buy it at the grocery store, But it's so much better when you do it yourself. You actually know what's going into it, how much. So y'all keep me disciplined by supporting me on Sunday with the juicing. That's the only reason why I do it. Y'all keep me accountable. So I think I would have probably fallen off by now with juicing every week if it wasn't for y'all motivating me and planning to my color scheme. Um, so let me talk to y'all about my goals for May. My May goals. So as you know, like I said, I've been walking every day for the month of April. That is done. After today, I'm not gonna keep walking. We're gonna change it up. We gotta switch things up, keep it fresh. Hold on, let me see where I'm at, y'all, with my warm-up. I feel like I've been walking a while. Okay, I got one more minute with the warm-up and I can speed it up. So what's gonna happen now, you all, is it's gonna start next week. Okay, we're gonna start next week. I'm gonna start doing resistance training. So Mondays will be arms. Tuesday I will walk. So I'm not taking walking totally out the game. It just won't be every day. Okay. So instead of me getting on here Monday through Friday, it's Monday resistance. So we're gonna hit these arms. So if y'all trying to get these buys and tries, I got y'all. Okay. So Monday arms, Tuesday I'm back walking. Got to keep that cardio in. We're gonna keep it low impact, and then I'm gonna do an edited video. Hey Savannah. Cucumber, kale, spinach, avocado, green apple, pears. Oh, you girl, you just got it figured out. Okay. So I've never done avocado, green apple, pears, kiwi, honeydew. Okay, so you're giving me a lot of different ideas to do for this juice. Okay, note. Got it. I meant to noted it, so I'm gonna do those. Those are some good ones. I haven't tried those, so I love it. Thank you, Savannah. What did I say? Oh, so Thursday I'm gonna do an edited video. I have not posted an edited video in a while. My videos where it has the music behind it. I gotta get back into that, y'all. So that's what I plan on posting. That's what I plan on posting on Thursday, and then Friday we already know we gotta hit the apartment friendly cardio. So I'm gonna go ahead and increase my speed, y'all, 3.3. So now we've kind of hit the warm up. Y'all already know the importance of a warm up, especially if you've been sitting down for majority of your day before you work out. You want to get that blood flow going. Now that I walked for 5 minutes, we got to increase it and get going. All right. So that's what you have to look for the month of May. So we changing the game up a little bit. We're gonna keep it fresh. I'm also gonna have different exercises. I'm also planning on adding music to my workout. So right now it's quiet behind me. We're gonna get some music going, even with my lives. So for the month of May, I'm shaking things up. We hitting resistance. So if you want to work out with me, I suggest you get your dumbbells ready. I'll be using 12-pound dumbbells and then occasionally my 15-pound kettlebells. So yeah, if you want to jump in with me with my workout, but y'all already know, just jump in the chat. You can always just watch me work out. I'm okay with that too. It keeps me accountable, and maybe one day it will motivate you, encourage you to get up and work out with me. Okay. Thank you, the travel guru. I appreciate it. So yeah, I'm excited for the month of May to come. Today is really a push through day. When you start to get to the end of any goal, I feel like that's when it starts to get tough and hard. But that's where you got to try to push through, because it definitely would have been easy for me to say, you know what, I've done good so far. We'll just pick this up next week, because I already woke up not feeling good this morning. But hey, you put a smile on and you push through. So that's what I'm doing. So y'all, let me get into my amazing health and fitness tips for today. Savannah, what other juices have you tried? By the way, I'm a new subscriber and new to your live/channel. Oh, thank you, Savannah. I appreciate it. Thank you. Um, uh-oh, y'all got freeze up on y'all? Okay. It looks like it's starting to freeze up on my end. So other juices I have done. So this past week, so this past Sunday, we were going for a red juice. So what was in that one? This past one I just did, y'all. Uh beets. I used beets for this last one. Grapes, red grapes. Of course, I did the lemon and ginger root. Those are like my staples. I'm always gonna have in my juice. Red cabbage. I used red cabbage because I was trying to get. We were really supposed to be going for purple this past Sunday, but we ended up going more so red because the beets kind of took over the color. Yeah, good job, Travel Guru. Okay, cabbage. Yep. Um, so that's what I did this past Sunday. The Sunday before that, we went a little sweeter with the berries. So it was strawberries, raspberries, dragon fruit, pomegranate, and of course ginger root and the lemon. The week before that, we went like an orange yellow. So we did rainbow carrots. I just used the yellow ones. And then why am I forgetting what I used for that one? Oh, we did golden beets. So I had never had the golden beets before. So that's a new favorite. You know, I love beets in general because they're anti-inflammatory. So Savannah, a lot of times when I do my juices, I'm looking for fruits and veggies that's really going to help with as anti-inflammatory. So that's really why I started juicing to begin with. But most fruits and vegetables provide that, so you can't really miss. So, Savannah, if you have a color you want us to try one day, so to keep this fun, we start doing colors. I don't like beets that are very bitter. Yes. So I always talk about beets because yes, beets are bitter. They have an earthly taste, and normally they will control. Yeah, they have yellow beets. So beets always will control the taste and color of anything you use. So normally to break up that earthly taste with a beet, you got to mix it with pineapple. So that was another ingredient we had with it with the golden beets, the carrots, pineapple. You can't go wrong with a pineapple. Pineapple is always going to help anything that has like a strong taste. It's going to break it up. So pineapple will be my go-to. I just hate cutting it up. So yeah, have you? We did. Oh, that's the one we did that week was yellow. It was like a yellow gold. If you look on my page, you'll see all the fruits and veggies we used that day, and it's yellow. We call it the Homer Simpson. That's what somebody named it. I have done orange. Orange, I used carrots, regular orange carrots. I used oranges. I did turmeric for that one. I'm trying to think what else did I use in that one. I can't remember, but yeah, I've done orange before. Somebody told me blue, but I'm not sure what I can get that's blue. But I don't mind trying to do the same color just with different fruits and veggies. So that's why I don't mind doing green. I've done green several times, like 2 or 3 times, because you know most of your green veggies are really good for your gut health. So really try and detox and flush out your system. If you deal with constipation or anything like that, normally any type of green juice is good. So I've done green juice several times, but you name some good ones. Okay. You know what? Bliggity block. Got time for you today. Hold on. Oh no, let me put you for 24 hours. Grasshopper. Y'all already know I don't play with people on my live saying stupid stuff. Why y'all coming up here playing with me today? Greg, you trying to be like Grasshopper, okay? Y'all showing out today. It's Wednesday, y'all. People are out and about and they bored and they decide to come to you live and say stupid stuff. So yeah, y'all keep hitting me with the colors. That's how I keep it fresh for the juicing and have fun with it by doing different colors. So see, Savannah, I'm open to doing some other colors. Blueberries, blackberries, grapes, plums, carrots, figs, eggplant. Okay, you wanted something, Savannah? Okay. Grapes. Try to make a mental note of this one. Eggplant. What's the color of eggplant though? Even though eggplant, the outer surface is like a purple, what's the inner part? Isn't that more like a white when you open it, or am I just far left with that? But those are some good ones to put together. I did use blueberries and blackberries this past Sunday. Plums, the farmer's market didn't have any plums, so I wasn't able to use it. Okay, yeah, I thought the eggplant would be white. So maybe that'll just help brighten it up a little bit so not so dark. So that may work. So that you gave me some good options, Savannah. Look at you. I like it. So I do have, so one of my topics for today is 5 fitness myths. We're gonna debunk them. So I'm gonna tell you what the myth is and what's the fact about it, okay? So my first one, we're gonna talk about BMI and weight. A lot of questions I always get asked are about your BMI, your weight, and does it matter and how important it is? Oh, pink would be a good one. But I don't know what I could. Pink would be a good one. I just gotta think of some more fruits and veggies that would work for that. I would love to do a pink. Even though I think my drink I had, if I hadn't put the beets in it, it probably would have came out a little more pink. I like how your mind thinks, Savannah. You on this juicing. But the myth is that my first fitness myth is that your BMI and weight are good indicators of health. So a lot of times when you're going to a trainer or you go to someone, I thought the first thing they want to talk to you about is your BMI. And I feel like even when you go to, when I've heard people get surgery, so whether you're getting, whatever type of surgery, I'll just say that. Anytime people are getting different cosmetic surgeries, from what I've understood, the doctors always want you at a certain BMI. Otherwise, they won't perform the surgery. But overall, BMI is not a good indicator of health. So I know people always ask for that number, but that is false. It's not a good indicator of health. There are a lot of other variables you want to focus on. I already told you my number one is your body fat percentage, not your BMI. You got to look at what your metabolic rate is. How do you burn? It's cultural and psychological. So there's other variables that are more important to figure out your health than the BMI number. As you know, BMI for the most part is height versus weight. And because we're all shaped differently and built different, and it don't work. BMI don't work. Okay, so that is a myth. They say that I want to say the 1830s, that's when BMI, it came up from an astronomer who came up with BMI, and that it became something that became the standard across the board. Hey Joey, thank you. Good morning. Happy Wednesday to you as well. I hope you enjoy your day. Be positive. So yeah, y'all. My first fitness myth, BMI is not the indicator. Okay. My second one, dieting leads to long-term weight loss. Y'all already know that's a lie, right? So that's not true. Dieting does not lead to long-term weight loss. For a lot of people who get on diets, they'll do keto and pescatarian and all these type of diets. That's not going to lead to long-term weight loss, because unless you plan on doing that for the rest of your life, The minute you make any variable change to that, where you start including other foods and, to your regimen, your weight's gonna go up. The stats on that is that between, it says 95 to 98% of people gain their weight back within 5 years. Can y'all believe that? So I always say it's a yo-yo effect. You lose weight because normally people are losing weight for a cause. It's like, oh, I want to live for my birthday or before the holiday or summertime. And then once you meet that goal, guess what? You pull back what you were doing. And so the minute you change one of those variables, it's very easy. Whether it's I stopped going to the gym. If you stop going to the gym, if you stop eating a certain way, like any variable you change from what you did to lose the weight, it's gonna start creeping back. But that's crazy, right? That's high. 95 to 98% gain the weight back within 5 years. And then it said 2/3 of that gain more than where they started. Yep. I'm with you, Savannah. Mind blown. That's crazy, right? So you already know, I told you all, you want to progressively make your changes. I don't ever believe in going cold turkey or moving things from my eating regimen that I love to eat. It's all about portion control, okay? This happened to me. Really? Yeah. It happens a lot. A lot of people that I've trained or talked to, that's only what they tell me. They'll tell me they lost weight at one point and then they came back. And we have to remember there are a lot of times, there are a lot of things in life that happen to us, right? We may have a death in the family, a career change. What am I about to say? Not career change. Yeah, career change, maybe busy with school, kids. It's so many variables in life that can distract or cause you to pivot and have to go a different direction. And that's okay, right? It happens, but it's how you rebound from it, right? So yeah, I talk to everybody about doing it progressively. And y'all already know my key word. If I had a motto, it would just be balance. So, okay, this one I thought was interesting too. It said fresh foods are more nutritious than frozen food. A lot of times we think fresh fruit or vegetables are the better way to go. Oh, yep, you're right, Savannah. Depression is a big one. Yeah, depression would take you out the game. Even though we did talk about before on one of my lives that the dopamines and the endorphins that working out releases, when you're not in the mood to work out, it just doesn't help. But if you're able to just get up for maybe like 5-10 minutes and get moving, the chemicals in your brain that release will actually make you feel better. But the hardest part is getting up, especially when you're depressed, right? So, oh yeah. So the next myth was that fresh fruit and vegetables provide more nutrients than frozen. I think every time I go to the grocery store, and that's the reason why I started going to the farmer's market, because right, I want what's fresh. But okay, that's not always true. A lot of times we go to the store and there's a lot of fruits and veggies that aren't really in season, but they got to come from somewhere, right? They're growing somewhere else in season. So a lot of times what happens with some of our fresh fruits and veggies, they are sent a long distance, from where they are in season to go to places where they're not in season. And guess what? The amount of time it takes for them to get from one to the other, they degrade. So if you've ever gone to the grocery store and like, oh, they got this. I didn't think this was in season right now. It might be better for you to grab frozen, because they say a lot of times the frozen one is picked when it's not quite at its ripeness, and so it's easier to preserve it. But then you got to look at the preservatives, right? So there's always a pro and con. Or what about canned from frozen to fresh? So when it comes to the canned, when it comes to canned foods in general, let's start there. You got to be mindful of what those are definitely preserved on, especially the ones that come on the shelf. A lot of times, your vegetables going to have a lot of salt in it. And I feel like the fruit does have a lot of added sugar. Ross, no, I haven't. Um, so I think ideally you just want to focus on getting in season fruit and veggies if you're trying to go fresh. And then if you happen to want something that's not in season, get it from the frozen food section. I don't really do too well with cans just because I feel like there's a lot more preservatives that have to come with that. But like I said, there's a pro and con with everything. You just have to weigh out what works best for you. Um, let's do a check-in where I'm at on the walking pad. So I'm over a mile. I'm at 1.23 miles, 140 calories, which is what it says, but probably not accurate all the way. And I've been walking for 24 minutes. So we getting there. We're getting there. Remember, the goal for today is 3 miles in 1 hour. So I just moved the walking pad up to 3.5. Most walking pads go up to 3.8 if you just want to stay at a nice walk. Anything faster than that will be a nice little trot. Art of War. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm trying to keep moving and grooving. So let me tell y'all another fitness myth that kind of blew my mind, right? Because I know we're very big on reading labels and numbers. So the myth is nutrition labels are accurate, right? So let me tell you how they aren't. Did y'all know that the calories on a nutrition label is allowed to have a 20% margin of error? Did y'all know that? A 20% margin of error. You know, for so somebody who is really big on counting their calories, I hate to tell you, there's a 20% margin of error. I did not know that. I mean, I knew it wasn't going to be 100% accurate because nothing's going to be perfect, but I didn't think you were allowed to have a 20% margin of error on what the calories are on a package. So I guess for the most part, what I'm trying to say is don't count too hard on them calories being accurate. I guess you just gotta go based off how you're feeling. Yeah, right. Travel guru, that's crazy. So I thought I was kind of blown by that because I've always depended on my nutrition labels. Okay, and of course this wasn't nothing that's mind blowing. My last fitness myth was that your equipment isn't accurate. So fitness equipment isn't normally accurate when it comes to your calories. So the myth itself was that the equipment is accurate. The truth is, it's not. So if you've ever gotten on a treadmill or even my walking pad here, I think I tell y'all all the time when I'm walking, it will say one thing and my watch says another. My watch is normally behind. So like right now, the walking pad says 156 calories is how much I burned. My watch says 92. Hater. What about the food scales? I think the food scales will have a little more wiggle. So let me explain why these aren't accurate, and then I'll be able to compare it to the food and you'll see the difference. So the reason why the gym equipment normally isn't accurate is because there's so many different variables when it comes to us as humans, right? We got height, weight. So just this walking pad, for instance, right? It doesn't know anything about me. It just knows that the belt is moving, but it doesn't know my height. It doesn't know my weight. It doesn't know my muscle mass. It doesn't know my stress levels, because stress levels also deal with your cortisol, basically, which can affect how you're burning. It doesn't know what medications you're on. And as you all know, especially for those out there who deal with like PCOS or who deal with different things when you're taking medication that affect different hormones. So the walking pad doesn't know any of this, right? All it knows is that the belt is moving, it's going at a certain speed. So that's what it's calculating the calories to be. When you go to like a Planet Fitness or those type of gyms, it does allow you to put in your weight. So that can help give it a little more accuracy, but not much, right? Because I just named 5 simple variables that the equipment doesn't even know about. So to answer your question about the food scales are able to be a little more accurate, especially depending on what type you have, what type of food scale. And the reason why is because those are more programmed for food, right? So the, some of the high tech ones, they're able to know weight and certain things, certain fruits and veggies and meats, and that's kind of cut and dry. It's getting like your weight of it. So it's really just going based off the density of the food item. But with this walking pad, it's way too many variables. So food and the workout equipment are a little different. Your food skills are going to be more accurate than a workout equipment. It doesn't have to decipher through as many variables. It's going based off of math, and they should have it where you can, I think, plug in what it is you're putting on the scale. Like if it's a fruit, veggie, to kind of get it in the realm of the category it's weighing. But y'all know it's all levels of food scales. Um, but yeah, so those are my 5 fitness myths that I just thought was so interesting. So just quick summary: don't depend on your BMI to indicate your health. So if anyone's ever made you feel that way, don't listen to it. Hi Waffle, I appreciate you joining and even hitting the chat. So I appreciate it. You have a great day as well. Um, we hit the dieting. That is better to be non-restrictive. So don't diet. Just be, just control your portions, things like that. We also hit fresh fruit and vegetables versus frozen, depending on what you're looking for, in season, out season. Charity, what's going on? I'm always happy to see you. Come in the chat. Um, we hit nutrition labels and how they're able to have a 20% margin of error. And we also hit the equipment. So I think those are some pretty good ones. We got some pretty good myths in today. I just hit 30 minutes, y'all, of walking. So I'm halfway to my hour goal. I'm at 1.61 for my distance. So I'm a little more than halfway done with my mileage. Y'all, we in there. Oh, y'all gotta show y'all my pants. So BYBG, y'all. BYBG is the brand. Hashtag. Y'all know that's my business. So I had to shout that out real quick. So is it better to measure it in cups? Are you talking about like fruits and veggies in general? Like if you're trying to versus using the scale, Savannah? I'm good. You're beautiful. I'm happy to see you. Yeah, Charity. Yeah. I made it to the last day. I'm glad that you are good today. I am as well. The weather's nice. I'm feeling pretty good. I woke up not feeling so good, but now that I'm walking, I'm feeling a little better. But Savannah, yeah, I'm trying to get clarity from you on if you're saying, is it better to use cups? Yes, and with meats and rice and beans. So I think when it comes to using the cups, that's just more so if you're trying to. I don't think there's a right or wrong way. I think there's just 2 different ways you can do your measurements, right? I think it's whatever you feel is more accurate. When it comes to your serving size, I think, of course, the cup is a little more accurate because it actually shows you what a cup looks like. So if you're trying to just get a cup of something, I think that would be a little more accurate. But I think when it comes, of course, like your meats and things like that, especially depending on how the meat is shaped, and I think the food scale will be better. So I think it just depends on what you're trying to eat. Fruits and veggies, something that's a little, more flexible. I think it's easier to do with cups. But then when you're talking about meats, I think a food scale. Yeah, I don't do all that. So you won't see me using no food scale or no cups. I use my discernment, okay? But I have been doing this for a while, so I kind of know what my plate should look like and what the ratio should be between my macro, fat, and carbs. But if you're trying to be super precise, but I don't think you really need all that, to be honest. I don't think you need a food scale. I don't think you need measuring cups. Deep down, you know when you're eating too much. We all have that naturally in us to know when we're eating the wrong thing and when we're eating too much of something. Okay? So I think the only thing that I really like to measure out sometimes is rice, because I think rice can be deceiving. It's kind of like spinach. If you've ever cooked spinach, you can put a whole bunch on a skillet, and then by the time it cooks down, it's like two pieces. With the rice, I feel like when it cooks up very puffy and a little more in abundance. So I think rice is probably one of the only things from time to time I may measure, but even that I don't. Rice is one of those things you have to control your portion control with that. So, but while we're talking about foods, my next health and fitness topic I got for y'all: snacks, healthy snack ideas. Yes, I'm a chef, so I just know the eye of measurement, but I do measure my rice. Okay, chef, what you cook? What's your go-to? If you had to pick a favorite dish, Savannah, what would it be? Cooking is not my ministry, so shout out to you for being a chef. Yeah. So yeah, tell me what's your if you had to cook a meal right now, what would it be? But y'all, snack ideas. I think one of the biggest issues or problems most people have, what they eat for snacks. I'm a big snacker. I think I would choose snacking over real food. Healthy or fatty? Let's go fatty. Give me something good. Let's go fatty. Um, Eating healthy when it comes to snacks, I think is can be hard depending on what you do for a living, especially if you're not prepared ahead of time. Artivore, this is a good show, lady. Thank you for your tips and talking points of fitness and diet. It helps. Thank you, Artivore. I appreciate it. Yeah, I kind of like my topics today. I think I did a good job with the way I put it together. So thank you, Artivore, for that validation and confirmation. I appreciate it. Um, but depending on where you work, I think it can get hard to eat healthy, especially if you're not meal prepping beforehand. So it's like, okay, so what can I eat that's grab and go, right? Grab and go, grab and go. So I got y'all. So an easy thing that I think is also kind of filling is mixed nuts. Um, nuts are a good source of protein. Remember, enchiladas with rice and beans. Okay, okay, Savannah, that's a good one. Um, I like it. I had rice and beans yesterday. um, Remember I told y'all when it comes to picking your snacks, make sure it fits into one of the three macro groups, right? We talked about protein, fat, and carbs. So if it's not fitting in one of those, put the snack back. Okay, put it back. But mixed nuts. Mixed nuts are good because remember I told y'all they're good and healthy fat. They are protein. But when it comes to nuts, you have to make sure you portion control because you know it's easy to keep doing this, right? When it comes to that. So you want to make sure that is one thing you're using a cup for because you want to do 1/3 of a cup. Or 1/4, excuse me. You want to do 1/4 of a cup because that can spiral quickly. Um, Greek yogurt with mixed berries. That's kind of like a known go-to. You could also do that for breakfast. The yogurt is good for protein. The berries are good antioxidants. So any type of berry doesn't matter. Throw it in there, but make sure you're picking the right yogurt. Make sure you're looking at the sugar content. And remember, we talked about sugar before. You're looking at the added sugar. Okay, the added sugar is only your refined sugar. You're looking beautiful as usual. Sorry, I was driving and listening. It's okay, Charity. I appreciate you just being here. I love it. I love it. So even if you're not able to speak in the chat, I just appreciate you being here and spirit supporting me. I love the mixed nuts with M&Ms. So let me tell y'all, I love peanut M&Ms, but I do not like the regular M&Ms. Is that normal? I think so. I just can't do regular M&Ms. I think it's too much chocolate. And in my mind, the peanut M&Ms are better for you because it provides more protein. That's how I look at it. So, but I do like the salty sweet taste. So sometimes I will buy like the trail mix, what has it mixed between the sweet and salty. So, kale chips. Have y'all ever had kale chips? They sell guacamole chips. I've had those before. I've never had kale chips. I've had fried kale, but I've never had kale chips. But those are good for fiber. My go-to snacks are plain Greek yogurt and berries. I went to Walmart to buy stuff to cook for dinner. I want to prioritize nutrition this new month. Look at you, Charity. I feel it. And it becomes easier, you know? The more you do it, they say it takes 21 days to form a habit. So each day that goes by and you're being intentional about what you're eating, I love me a good popcorn. Popcorn is good too. Popcorn is a good go-to snack. But you have to be mindful of popcorn with the sodium and the butter, right? I know, right? It's everything is taken away, all the goodness. I love chips, but not the good ones. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I bet you love Lay's chips, huh? So checking in, y'all. I'm at 40 minutes. 40 minutes, y'all. Y'all are making this go by fast. I don't even know if I'm gonna hit all my topics for today. That is crazy. I love it. Normally I'm like speeding through my topics, but y'all are coming with engagement. I love it. Let's see where I'm at with distance. I'm at 2.16. So, man, today's blowing by. When y'all are engaging with me, it definitely makes this walking process so much easier. I thought the past 2 days I was struggling a little bit. I like the kettle corn or the white cheddar popcorn. Okay, I give you white cheddar popcorn for sure. What kind of shoes are those? What kind of shoes are these? I thought I'll be able to see the name and the tongue of them, but these are Nikes, but I'm not sure what type of Nikes they are. My biggest downfall is not eating enough. I eat clean, I just don't eat enough. I'm working on that. Wish me luck. Charity girl, you are not by yourself. When I tell you there are so many people who do that, and I'm guilty of it from time to time, especially when I wake up in the morning not feeling good, I'm not in the mood to eat. So, yeah, eating enough, that's going to take time. It's another habit you're going to have to form. So I do wish you luck. Chevy, you so funny, Chevy. I had read the message before it got deleted. But Charity, LJ, you motivate us too, and you give good advice. So it's good both ways. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm glad you love my advice. That's always encouraging, keeps me motivated. Do you recommend them as comfortable for walking or running? No, not these shoes. These shoes are mainly for, I would say, shorter distance or like sprinting. I would only wear this shoe for a limited time. Like today, I wore it just because I knew I was going to be on here long, and I'm walking. So that's what I mean by not long. If I was running, these would not be my go-to shoe. They don't have enough cushioning on the heel. If you want to run long distance, you want more of a shoe that's going to have a lot more cushion. I recommend New Balance shoes. Those are my go-to distance shoes. Hold on. So just to give you an example, if you see the heel on this shoe, it's a lot more cushion and just the overall. So a lot of the pressure when you're running heel toe. And so, yeah, I like New Balance. Any New Balance or model? I'm not picky when it comes to New Balance shoe. These are, I can't see what those are, but yeah, I just go for something that has more of a heel to it. These shoes I got on right now, no. They have no heel, they have no real support. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend these. These are like, I'm about to go to the track, I'm about to warm up real quick, now I'm gonna change to my spikes. So I wouldn't mind wearing these for warming up, but these are like a speed shoe, right? If I'm trying to get a little more speed underneath me, if I'm sprinting, these are good because they're lightweight. So these are a lightweight speed shoe. Go with something with a little more heel. Um, but yeah, what I got for y'all next, y'all. Oh, let me hit y'all people with the bad knees. So I'm gonna skip a couple of my topics and let's go to bad knees. So of course, as we get older, our knees start giving out on us. It gets harder to do certain exercises. I know a lot of my fitness programs I have with BYBG. Normally, when a client reaches out to me, they're like, LJ, can you give me a modifier for this exercise? And normally it's because of their knees, of why they need the modification. So let's talk about that. The main thing when it comes to our knees, we have to try to strengthen them. You want to strengthen the area around them. So even though my knee may be the issue, we have to look at my knees have started hurting. When it comes to your knees, you have to look at the areas around your knee. So we got to look up one, which would be our hip, and we want to look down one. Oh, that's what those are? Thank you, Travel Guru. I don't know. I didn't know what those were. I just bought them one day because I like the heel. I like the way they fit when I put them on. So good job. So the New Balance 520. But you also want to look one down when it comes to your knee. So we're then checking for the ankle. So for me, I have there you go, the knee/ankle. Good job, Savannah. I have a foot injury from the military that anytime I do a lot of walking, which has happened since I've been walking for this past month, normally my top of my foot swells up. And so what do we naturally do when we're dealing with an injury, right? We compensate. So normally when we start to compensate, it starts to affect other areas. So now I've had to make sure I work on my ankle, make sure I support my ankle area as much as possible. That way I'm not trying to compensate when it comes to my hip and my knees. But if you actually have a knee injury, you want to make sure a good thing you can do for that is leg extensions, but you want to make sure you're using a light weight. Okay? You want to make sure you're using lightweight and you want to make sure you're controlling it. So leg extensions and then seated leg curls. Remember, we always want to work opposing muscle groups. So if I'm working on like I told y'all, if you're doing quads, you want to hit hamstrings. If you're doing biceps, you want to do triceps. If you want to hit core, you want to do lower back. So we always want to hit opposing. So if I'm doing leg extensions to strengthen my knees, I also want to make sure I'm hitting my hamstrings, my calves. You want to make sure you're hitting those opposing muscle groups. The biggest thing is also making sure you're doing low impact. So walking is easier for your joints to recover. So a lot of people tend to say, well, isn't jogging and walking the same thing, just at a faster pace when you jog? Yes and no. The no part is you got to think about the bouncing up and down when you're jogging. When you're jogging, I automatically went to my toes, right? So the minute I went to my toes, that's putting pressure towards my knees. That's putting pressure towards my shin. And that was me doing a light jog. I don't have a knee injury, but certain stuff does hurt my knees and ankles. But it has to do with weight as well. So yeah, weight can be an issue. You're right. Weight can definitely be the issue for that. That's funny. She said ankles. You're funny. But we want to make sure you're doing so. A good way is to do low impact exercises. So if it does come to where you're trying to lose weight, to maybe take some of that off, so it's hard for you to walk or jog or do something, cycling is a good one to do. Stationary biking, swimming, and what was another one I had? swimming. I think that was it. Swimming, cycling, and then the other exercises you could do are like leg raises, wall sits. I think wall sits is one of the main things I always tell people to do if they can't do squats with me. I might just sit and do a wall sit. The wall sit will help strengthen those quads, those hamstrings, but you're not doing the up and down with your knees. My knees hurt every time I do lunges. It's been hurting for a while, so I'm not sure if I pull something. When it comes to doing lunges, sometimes if you just go the opposite direction, depending on what part of your knees give you problems, sometimes that can hurt. That can help. So if you have issues doing forward lunges, sometimes doing rear lunges are better. Or you can try doing a split squat. Split squat is when you're naturally in that lunge position, but instead of stepping forward and back, you're just going up, down. So your feet are already split. You're going down to where you're forming that 90-degree angle with your legs and then standing back up. So there's different things you can try to do with lunges. Lateral lunges, which help with the adductors, ADD. So adductors, you have your adductors and you have your abductors on the outside. So, when it comes to those knees, you got to make sure. I think a lot of times we make excuses and like, oh, I just got bad knees. We got to strengthen it. We got to strengthen those babies. Strengthen those knees, and you'll see a big difference in how you're able to be a little more mobile. And of course, you already know you got to stretch. You got to make sure you're keeping yourself loose. A lot of times our hamstrings and quads tighten up. Art of war. My knees hurt too. I just started using lighter weights, but they always hurt since I was a kid running track and playing soccer. Yeah. I knock on wood, I haven't had issues with my knees. And I ran track since I was like 5, 6 years old. I was a triple jumper, long jumper. So I'm surprised, but I'm thankful that I haven't had an issue. I've never thought about trying it different. I'm gonna try changing it and see if any one of those work. Yeah, just try. See if you can even do a wall sit with no problem. And then try to reverse your lunges. In Art of War, that was a good idea to lighten up your weights. I think that's the first thing you want to do is lighten up the weights. That's always good. Travel Guru, do you think the knee brace would help while working out? Yeah, of course. I definitely think a knee brace works. The only thing is, depending on what you're working on, sometimes I feel like it can weaken what you're trying to do. It's almost like when they say, like, when people try to wear those waist trainers, when you put a waist trainer on, it can restrict you more than it should. So I think you got to be mindful on. I think it also depends on what part of your knee is bothering you and what you're trying to do for the workout. But I always say a knee brace is good because it does keep you more mindful of the issue, and I think it works as a good support. So yeah, definitely knee brace. Yep. I usually stretch before and after my workout at the Travel Guru. That's my next question about the knee brace. Okay, yeah. I had a quad injury before and I had to use a brace, but at one point I took it off because the way it was restricting me. So I think it just depends on if it's restricting you or not, and like where the source of your injury is with your knee. But yeah, I see basketball players all the time on the court wearing them like professionally. Um, a lot of the college girls are wearing them just who went through like an ACL surgery. They now wear a brace. So yeah. Teresa, good morning. Yeah, for some reason, people say that all the time. They don't get my notifications about me coming on live. It's okay, but you're here now. So I thank you for jumping in the chat with me. Art of War. My dad used to say my knee pain was growing pains, but I'm still older now, and it's still right. They're quick to say, "Oh, it's knee pains." Yeah, well, y'all know I'm short, so I ain't go through no growing pains. I didn't have that issue. I didn't grow enough. Shoot. Okay, y'all, let me do my, let's check in, see where I'm at. I'm at 52 minutes. Let me check something real quick, y'all. Okay, we doing good. You have great energy. Thank you. I have great energy because of y'all. I don't think y'all understand that the way y'all come into my chat and the energy y'all give me, I feed off of that. Like, I'm not even able to hit all my topics today, and I love that for me. I'd rather have more topics on here that I didn't hit than to get to a place where I'm like, what do I say next? So y'all came with the energy today. She really do. Thank you, Travel Guru. But yeah, y'all came with the good energy. So I appreciate it. Y'all made this 3 mile walk go by really fast, honestly. I'm like, when I looked at the time, I'm like, wow, I need to get that machine. I'm telling you, Teresa, this has saved me. This has saved me so much. Days where I don't feel like being active, this has changed everything. Charity, have you done a good job showing up every day, even when you're not feeling so good? We are so proud of you. Thank you, Charity. Because I got on here one day and I was like, I'm not feeling it. I feel like I'll just hit so I don't get fine type energy. You do have great energy. I think when more ladies tap in your advice, your channel is going to take off. Thank you, Art of War. Manifest that thing. You know, that was the whole goal of this, is stay consistent and then see the fruit of that, right? Y'all know I'm very big, I'm very God fearing. So I know that as long as I stay with it and I come up here with my authentic self, I think everything, and y'all give me confirmation of that. So I thank y'all for the encouragement, the positive vibes. Woo! Because y'all, I woke up really not feeling good today. And this was the other time I got on here not feeling good, that was like a mood thing. Today was like my body's not feeling it thing. Hey, Jesse. Girl, you're beautiful. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But Teresa, you definitely should get one of these. Like I told you all, they range from 40 on up with the pricing. I would start maybe, it depends on how you feel and what your budget is, but I would start with something on the cheaper end just to make sure you're really gonna use it, especially because it's starting to be summertime. You might want to get outside a little more. This was good for me because it was still kind of cold outside when I first purchased it. But with that sun coming out, I'm like, let's get walking outside. You got advice for men too, but most of us could bench press. Okay, you're right, Art of War. You're right. And I will say that my audience, for the most part, are to the women. And that's because I feel like as a woman, that's, what I'm saying? I can speak from experience. When it comes to the fellas, I can give y'all basic information, but I don't really try to touch y'all too much because I feel like, can I really tell y'all what y'all need to do? I don't know what y'all go through on a regular basis. The ladies, I know what we deal with on day to day. So, pow pow, pow pow, where you been? Do they have a weight limit on them? Savannah, I think they do have a weight limit. I will check this one and get back to you. But if you want to look this one up, I'm gonna put the name of the brand in here. Pow Pow. Actually, Pow Pow, can you do it? Can you put the name of my? Let's see if you remember. Pow Pow, can you put the name of my walking pad in the group chat? Let's see if you remember. Okay, let's see. Hot Wing. Or the way I say it, Hot Wayne. Booyah, a cool, beautiful lady that works out. You're so funny. You're cooking meatballs. Papa, you're not listening to what I asked. I'll do it myself. Jag Jog. So Jag Jog is the name. Yeah, Charity was the first one here. I mean, Pow Pow about to get fired anyway. No, it's fine. I'm not about to fire you, Pow Pow, but you've been slacking since I promoted you. Oh no, it's fine, Pow Pow. I just wanted you to we were talking about my walking pad, and I wanted you to put the name of the brand. Because anytime somebody asks about my walking pad, you always put the information in there. I'm at 58 minutes, y'all. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Yeah, I've been doing good today. So Pow Pow, we talked about a lot today. Savannah was giving me some good juicing ideas. She might be taking your spot when it comes to talking about the juices, because she was on it today. Oh yeah, Hassan's not on here today. Jag Jog's the past, present, and future. Yeah. Y'all hit Jag Jog up and tell them to endorse me. Because the way I talk about this walking pad, baby. So once again, I did talk to you all about what I'm doing for May. I'm switching things up. So for those of you who just hopped in, I'm going to start doing resistance workouts. So Mondays will be arm days. You walk all your hips away. I never had hips. I mean, but don't let the hips to see what's in the back. Not. No, but I've never had hips. I think I ran my hips away a long time ago from running track and field. But yeah, I told y'all Monday I'm gonna start doing resistance training. So it's gonna be arm day. Tuesday I am walking. So I'm not putting the walking pad away totally. I will still walk on Tuesdays. Thursdays I will edit a walking video, or not walking video. Thursday I will do an edited video where it has the music behind it, you know, like what I used to do back in the day. And then Friday or the full body, either resistance or cardio days. Apartment friendly workouts, so no excuses to y'all. Where everybody laughing at? Why I feel like I missed a joke? What y'all laughing at? Oh, are y'all talking about my hips? Yeah, I ran track and field. Y'all, I hit my hour. Turn up, turn up, turn up. I'm at 3.40 with walking. So I am going to slow it down a little bit. A lot of bit. Whew. Yeah, Hassan, I mean, I can expect y'all to get on here every day. So I appreciate when y'all do. Hassan was doing a pretty good job of getting on here very often. So, but y'all know I'm always appreciative with any type of love I get on here with. But y'all did it today. Y'all came full throttle with the engagement, with the questions. I still had 1, 2, 3 topics to hit. Y'all better watch out now. So yeah, I'll probably take these and move them to. You are by far. What? Okay. Y'all love my outfits. Thank you. Y'all so funny. What am I about to say? Okay, so today for this week, today was my last day working out this week. Okay, I gotta listen to my body, y'all. So I'm listening to my body. I'm taking a break, but I'm back Monday. Okay, God willing, cause yeah. But hopefully I'm back Monday. 11 o'clock will be an arm workout. I got to make sure of some things before I confirm Monday. But y'all make sure y'all don't forget about me just because I'm off for like a few days, okay? So the treadmill can only hold. Oh, okay, so you did look it up. Okay. But there are other walking pads, Savannah, that can probably hold more weight than that if that's what you're looking for. If you're looking for one that can hold more than that, I'm pretty sure there are some more out there. I think I saw some ones that could do a little bigger. I don't know what Steve talking about. I swear I used to walk at least 30 miles a day total, had no car. Okay, I don't know what happened with that. Hey, Antonio, good morning. Good morning, good morning. So yeah, but y'all know I got videos on here or edited videos already on here, or you can always go back and watch one of my lives. But I will be back. Okay, I'm coming back Monday, and I'm coming back with some fresh workouts. So go ahead and make sure you got your dumbbells ready, your kettlebells ready, whatever you got handy around. If you don't have no weights, we can make a water jug work. But we're trying to get these arms right. We're trying to tone up. So the consistency was done by me walking on here. Now it's time for me to kind of combine. I told you all that it's very important to make sure you're combining resistance training with cardio. So I take my own advice and mix it up. I've been leaning out while walking. Don't worry, guys. If you want that walking pad, just sit on it. 15 or 16 years. Pow Pow. And Pow Pow's in Italy, y'all. So you ain't never getting that walking pad. That's not too long of a wait. Pow Pow, keep the faith. Y'all are hilarious. But they do have these walking pads on Amazon if y'all do want that quick turnaround, unlike Pow Pow is offering. But these are pretty much everywhere. Walking pads are becoming, I guess, the new thing. I got mine off of TikTok. They were advertising them like crazy on there. I can't wait for the dumbbell workout. I have my dumbbells ready. I need my arms to be toned. Yeah, girl, we're trying to have these arms out. So I am actually looking forward because I need to get my arms back right. So I think those are the days I'm looking forward to the most. So yeah, I'm using 12-pound dumbbells, just so you know, but use what works best for you. I'll probably rotate between my 12 and 15. And then I have my 15-pound kettlebells. So resistance training. Remember, I am still walking on Tuesdays. So if you are wanting to get a walking pad, we can still walk together on Tuesdays. And I may hop on here from time to time just on a regular days because I feel like it, you know? But yeah, those are my new goals. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday is when I'll be content. Papa, you're my official mascot. So what's the mascot? What is that? Like what's the mascot look like then? Y'all are funny. See, I love this energy. Everybody must be having a good week. It is Wednesday, it's hump day. Hump day has two meanings to it. Hump day meaning we're trying to get through the week, so we're trying to hump through, trying to get through. We halfway there. And also because I call it leg day. So Wednesday's only my leg day. Usually like a cooking thing to see what you eat. Do y'all want to see what I eat? I'm so simple though, Savannah. Y'all probably bored watching me cook because it's like oven, air fryer. The only thing I might see me do is cut up some vegetables, but that's about it. Everything goes in the air fryer or the oven. Antonio, do the. I'm not about to fall off this walking pad, Antonio. Otherwise, I would. I do know the dance. Travel Guru, you like that hump day? Pow Pow. Technically, a mascot is that big puppet with a person side. No Y'all are funny. But I feel good, y'all. I really do feel good. I'm at 3.68 miles. So that's the good thing. When I come on here with a goal, I love the fact when I'm able to surpass it versus like yesterday, I feel like I was struggling to get to the 3 mile mark. Today, we passed it with no problem. One hump leg day coming up. Probably should have skipped the cooking. Oh, Travel Guru, you trying to take a shot? Why don't you cook for me then? Well, we probably should have skipped the cooking though, because yeah, y'all gonna look at me like, girl, where's the rest? Like, I do tilapia, my rice, my vegetable. I put the tilapia in the air fryer for like 14 minutes. The rice, y'all know, cook that on stove top, vegetable stove top. We done. So it's too easy. Oh yes, Savannah, did you say you a chef? Savannah should be the one cooking. That's delicious. And it was yesterday. Sometimes I just eat not salmon, tilapia just because. And it was very good yesterday. So sometimes I don't even eat it with other items, like no rice, no vegetable. If I just feel like I need some protein, I'll just throw a piece of tilapia in the air fryer. Okay, yes. Okay, yes. So yeah. Savannah, the chef, we need you cooking. My sister skipped her lunch because she working as a teacher in elementary school. That's why I was cooking meatballs. Aren't you a good brother? Cool looking babe. Thanks. I like white rice and vegetables. And yeah, jasmine rice tends to cook a lot faster than brown rice. I feel like anytime I cook brown rice, it takes a very long time. So by the time I have my water boiling and everything going, and then I put the rice in, I start my tilapia around the same time. They finish pretty balanced. So I like white rice as well. I can cook some good yummy fish, but don't eat fish. Will you be running at the Olympics for the US team? You know, that used to be that used to be a dream of mine, used to be a goal to run at the Olympics. But the goal I have for myself is to coach an athlete at the Olympics. Y'all know I coach track and field, AAU USA track and field right now. And so that's what I want to do. I want to coach an athlete to the Olympics. Sometimes if you can't do, you help. Brown rice cooks for almost, yeah, right, Savannah? It's like 45 minutes. So normally, if I'm eating salmon, because I put the salmon in the oven, that's why I normally will cook brown rice because they even out a little closer together. Of course, I'm a good brother. That's funny. You're the last one. You're the baby. Okay, Mister, got your wife. Antonio, is wheat rice better, healthier than white? So they both have their different nutrition content that depending on what you're looking for. So there isn't a better or worse when it comes to the brown and white rice. There used to be a whole debate. It's based off of what you're looking for. And like for me, my body actually does better with white rice. But you also have to look at your blood type. You have to look at certain things that you may be allergic to. So there's no better or worse. The next Olympic Games are in the USA. So yes, I went to the Olympic trials last Olympics. I did go to the trials and watch. So I went there with my mom. We watched the Olympic trials, and I told my mom the next Olympics were there. So I plan on being at the Olympics, even though I'm not going to be on the track. I plan on watching. Pow pow. Have you ever tried black rice? No, I've never tried black rice. Y'all trying to get me walking the 4 miles? Hold on, let me check to make sure I'm not gonna die on y'all with my battery life. Okay, we still good, y'all. Y'all trying to get me to do 4 miles today, huh? Right now I'm at 3.87. I feel like I might as well finish the 4 miles. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. I gotta sound like a YouTuber right now. Make sure y'all like, subscribe. You're so classy and cool, but do you own hot workout shorts? I'm sure. Have you seen me wear shorts yet? Have I worn shorts? I did one time. I don't wear shorts. Hot wing. I don't like brown or wheat rice. I stick to white rice and jasmine rice. Yeah, I love me some jasmine rice. Jasmine rice also breaks down. And if I'm not mistaken, there was something about the jasmine rice and the way it breaks down with like your glucose. I'm gonna look into that more. That's another topic I'll hit y'all with. The brown rice, white rice, and which one's better. Right, travel guru, period. That rice is good to eat with fresh salad. I eat it in that. Okay, I'm gonna look up black rice. So I got a couple things I have to look up. So I have to look up black rice. I need to talk about. Let me add this to my notes. I know I'm good at taking a good note. And then Savannah gave me some good ideas for juicing. So let me add black rice. Let me talk about white rice, white versus brown rice. What else I had to talk about, y'all? I think something else came. I know Savannah, you talked to me about some of the juices. We said kiwi. What were some other things you mentioned, Savannah, with the green juice? So I'm assuming the rice is actually black, right? Or is that just like a name? It's super yummy. I like it with orange chicken and pineapple. Y'all on this pineapple. Y'all quit throw pineapple with anything. Ain't that right, Pow? They throw it on the pizza. But no, there was this one spot I used to go to where I would get the rice, chicken, and it had pineapple. I did think it was good. I don't like eating pineapple with salty things, but that actually it did hit. I don't like it on my pizza though. Kiwi, grapes, green apple. Okay, there you go. See, look at you, Savannah. You own it. Okay. I'm trying to put it in my notes. See, this is how I failed last time, y'all. I'm trying to lean over. But it's not gonna happen today. So avocado. Got you. So I'm making my notes right now. That way I know. So did we agree on me doing green juice on Sunday? Okay, it is actually black. Okay. To make the smoothie blue, it says blueberry, banana, almond milk, and coconut milk. Oh, so it's really just going based off of that. Okay. So you have to probably use a lot of blueberries. But I'm here for it. Okay, let me write that down, Travel Guru. So banana, almond milk, coconut. A person who loves the combo can't be my friend. So let it say y'all not friends then, Papa. Okay. So thank you, Charity, for answering that. So yeah, we're gonna stick with. So I think I'm gonna try green on Sunday. I'm gonna try to surprise y'all with a couple ingredients. I'm not gonna come with the basic stuff like celery. I'm gonna try to surprise y'all with whatever I find at the farmers market. I'm gonna see what interesting ingredients I see, and then I think I want to try the blue one the following week. I think I've been hitting it so far with my juicing, y'all. Like Chef's Kiss, I've been hitting it. I've been nailing it with the juices. They've been coming out really good. It's like I can't miss. I just can't miss. Okay, so I took my notes, y'all. Let's do a check. I'm at 460 calories burned, which is not accurate. My watch says 278. I'm at 2.4 with the walking. So as you all know, I slowed the walking pad down. That way I get my heart rate back down. Remember, you always want to make sure you're cooling down, getting your heart rate back down before you just stop doing something. Let your body come back to just being stable. Let's see where I'm at with time and distance. So I'm at 78 minutes, y'all. So my goal for today was 60 minutes. I did 78, and I'm at 4.09. My goal is to do 3 miles. I hit 4. So thank you all for pushing me to that 4-mile mark. I appreciate y'all. I will be back Monday. So Monday. If for any reason that I'm not able to get on Monday, I'll leave a note. Like I'll post something on my YouTube channel to let y'all know. But I'm definitely back Monday. So don't go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Come back. Don't leave me. This was a good way to end the month of April. I feel really proud of myself for accomplishing my goal. Whew. When I think about where I started to where I'm at now. So thank you all for joining. I will see you all Monday, 11 o'clock. Beat me here. Already had the chat going crazy, okay? So I'll see you all Monday. What y'all talking about? I can't leave you, my healthy friend. All right, y'all. Thank you. Happy Wednesday. Be safe. Thank you, Travel Guru. Talk to you later, Artivore. See you all next week. Thank you. You have a good day as well, okay?